Welcome to the Upper Midwest Folk Fiddlers 2026 Online Fiddle Contest. My name is Clawhammer Mike, and I'm very excited to bring to you all the good fiddling that we have here today. 31 contestants have squared off in our contest here and have played two tunes. One is a 3-beat tune, like a waltz, a mazurka, or a hambo, and the other is a tune of choice, whether it be a jig or a Rhinelander, schottish, polka, etc. All these selections have come from the tune book that I put out called the Upper Midwest Folk Fiddlers Tune Book, which you can buy as of this airing at clawhammermike.com. The mission of the Upper Midwest Folk Fiddlers is to preserve, teach, and perform the old early pioneer fiddle music from the Upper Midwest. We really like multi-generational fiddler families from the Upper Midwest, and you'll hear a lot of those today. So let's get straight to the music. I don't want to bore you with all the details that I would share in a workshop. I want to get straight to the programming today, and we're going to have lots of good music. At number 5 is Rachel Rodness. I think she has a very strong showing here. Like I say, if I was a judge, I might have rated this one a little bit higher too. Rachel is a member of the local Hardingfeld group, which plays hard-downer music in the Upper Midwest, and I think she just plays very fine here. Our 4th place contestant and just outside of the prizes is Matt Blake. Matt Blake is a great bass player, full disclosure. He's subbed many times for my band, St. Paul Mudsteppers. But I didn't even know he fiddled until a couple months ago when he showed up at the St. Paul chapter of the Upper Midwest Folk Fiddlers. And I've just been blown out of the water by how far he's come in a couple months. But of course, I'm not a judge. The judges judge the way they would judge. So, Matt Blake at number 4.
Push. My connection to this music was kind of born out of an interest in exploring a lot of different fiddle traditions, but mostly those of my heritage. My ancestors were all Scandinavian, French Canadian, and Irish, mostly immigrants, and all great fiddle traditions. But I'm having a lot of fun, especially with this the Upper Midwest dance styles. And I have 2 little boys, a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old, and the 2-year-old is especially interested in the violin right now, and I'm excited to potentially pass this tradition on to him. It's, his heritage too, and I hope that his interest continues to grow, and as my own has. So 1, 2, 3.
I want to take a second to thank the Minnesota State Fiddle Association, who through their mini grant program sponsored this contest. We really appreciate them for stepping in and doing that. And if you haven't joined, please join the Minnesota State Fiddle Association at fiddlemn.com. That's fiddlemn.com. So before we get into the top 3 winners on the show, I want to go over some prizes that they will receive. The first, second, and third place contestants will all receive cool prizes along with the money. So third place winner, and these are all made by my friend Dave Towsley, my neighbor. He's also a fellow musician, great bass player in local bands. He's been around forever playing in local bands. He's made these wonderful iPhone holders so that you can kind of scroll. You know, they're all made out of wood, cool design, and they, you know, they come apart and they fold up, and and so you can sit there and kind of scroll through your iPhone, and he's CNC'd our third, first, and second place on there, but he has all kinds of different designs that he's thinking of, and someday he's going to go into production on these, with different designs on there. I got a design of my dog from him, and we use it almost every day. So this is the third place one. This is the smallest one. This would hold an iPhone. And like I say, his name is on there on the back. His company is Root Base Studios, so be looking for that in the future. They're not in production yet, but they will be, and they're super cool. The second place one is a little bit bigger. It's got second place on there, and this actually has the bark of the tree that he had, that he planed the wood from. It actually has the bark of the tree, which is super cool. And this is the first place winner, which is just a little bit bigger, and this also has the bark of the tree on there. And you can put your phone in there horizontally and watch a movie or whatever, watch videos on your iPhone. So so first, second, and third place all receive these, and I just think they're so cool. I want to thank Dave Towsley super big time for donating the parts and the labor. We really appreciate him. Coming in third place, and part of the prize money, is Mary Vanorny.
I suppose I entered the fiddle contest after reading the description and, celebrating Upper Midwest fiddle music and having it be played by people in the Upper Midwest or people that love the Upper Midwest. It's just really exciting to me. I grew up in Red Wing, just down the river, and then I moved to the Twin Cities, and I've lived here my whole life and just love it. And so I feel really proud of the music and really excited to be a small part of it. One thing you should know about me is, although I'm a teacher and I teach lots of people how to play the fiddle, I always stay a student myself in some capacity. And whether that be lessons or camps or classes or whatever, I try to stay a student no matter what. The last several years, I've been taking lessons with Patty Kusterak up in Winnipeg, and hearing her talk about her beloved Manitoba tunes, and I've learned a lot of Canadian tunes from her. But hearing the way she talks about her tunes from her Manitoba tunes was really inspiring to me, and it inspired me to look more for local tunes, to local Minnesota tunes, which is how I came across the Upper Midwest Folk Fiddlers book.
Mary is a great Irish fiddler. She both teaches at the Center for Irish Music and plays a lot of Irish music around town and across the Upper Midwest. We're very honored to have her enter the contest, and she did quite well, scoring high on all three judges' scorecards. And with her on accompaniment is my buddy Brian Miller, who is not only an amazing Irish accompaniment, but also is for Upper Midwest songs what I do for Upper Midwest tunes, both as a researcher, preserver, and performer of great Upper Midwest songs. So happy for both Mary and Brian. In second place, deservingly, is the great Beth Hovenrado, who preserves music down in both southeastern Minnesota and northeastern Iowa of all the old players. She sat knee to knee with the great Bill Sherburne and learned most of his tunes as a youngster, and she carries on these traditions to this day, having apprentices of her own and doing workshops all over the upper Midwest. So here's Beth Hovenrado, very deserving of second place in this contest.
What got me started in fiddling was that in the 5th grade, my great uncle made a violin for me. And so I played in school orchestra through my 2nd year of college. But it wasn't until after that that I took up fiddling. And I found out about some dances in a small village near here called Highlandville. And I was a dancer there and really loved that. I was smitten with the music and the dancing. It just felt like a step back in time. And then as it happened, I found a small notice in our newspaper that the Iowa Arts Council was offering, you could apply for apprenticeships in the folk arts. And right at that time, Bill Sherburne, the fiddler from those dances at Highlandville, was talking about retiring. And I just thought maybe I could learn some of his tunes. So somebody I knew introduced me to him, and I asked if I could apprentice with him. And so I was really lucky to learn at the knee of one of the great fiddlers from my area. I've had opportunities to travel, but more important has been the chance to play for people in my community for special events in their lives, from weddings to funerals to graduations to festivals to whatever events were going on here. And I also got a lot of great stories from people from my community that helped me understand this community and where I'm from. And I've been really grateful to have fun musicians to play with, great musician friends. So I guess that I'm grateful for all the chances that music has given me. Well, when I started playing the fiddle with Bill Sherburne, I didn't really know that it was Upper Midwest music or Norwegian American music. It was just music at these dances. And now I know that we have a really special regional style here. And I really appreciate Clawhammer Mike, who has been so great with his projects and his podcasts at getting that message out to people. So he's so enthusiastic. He's really helped me to clarify what I'm doing, I think. And so when he had this contest, of course, I wanted to be supportive and I wanted to enter. And so thanks.
And it's time to announce our first place winner in the Upper Midwest Folk Fiddlers 2026 online fiddle contest. And the winner is Lucas Bleckerberg. And although we knew nothing about Lucas, his fiddling was quite strong. He did not have any accompaniment, and he showed up and he played hard, played danceable, and he won the contest. So very proud of Lucas. Hopefully we'll get to hear more from him in the future.
Fellow fiddler contestant Beth Rotto told me about the contest and encouraged me to apply after she came to my solo show. I'm not usually one for contests, so I surprised myself by going ahead and doing it. So I have Beth to thank. She's a hero friend of mine from the same community of origin, where I soaked up the music of my community, and that included the music that Beth Rotto and her band Footnotes perform, and they are the prime example there of sourcing and keeping that music alive. So I would go to the dances, both dancing and listening to the music, and after that I would play tunes from that genre as a solo performer and with bands in the Decorah area and beyond over the years. And that's a Norwegian immigrant community. And my last name is Norwegian. I have ancestors who immigrated to the upper Midwest from Norway. So this music is one important piece of what I value as a musician.
Well, that's it. Congrats to our winners, Mary, Beth, and Lucas. Thank you so much to our judges who put in the volunteer time. And thank you to all of the 31 contestants who entered this contest. And thanks a lot for those of you who are watching maybe for the first time and enjoying some Upper Midwest fiddle music. We hope this music spreads like wildfire across the land. And next year, maybe we'll see. We'll see if I have the energy. I'm Clawhammer Mike. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you. Good night.